Hello, everybody. Uh, yeah, we hang around 2 to 3 minutes. We hang around 2 to 3 minutes before we go live.
Anh có cái tắt không em mượn đấy. Cái tắt không? Em mượn tắt em gửi kiểu trình chiếu video.
Uh,
Không sao bị tải.
okay, guys, we are doing the weekly community call for Super Team Vietnam. Yeah, Adele here. Adele, I send you a link, so please join the back room. We going to do. We will ask you to be speaker today, so please join the back room. Let me share my screen. Say Windows, say screen, Windows, no, yeah, Windows here. Okay, we have two special guests today. We have one guest for Magic Block. If you don't know Magic Block, then you just live under the rock. So I'm a big fan of Magic Block. My story is I meet them in London. I just see the tech and I like the tech. Like it's crazy. I think I meet Andre in London and he tell me like now I have a technology to bring Solana's like from 400 millisecond to 20 millisecond. Are you kidding me? No, are you kidding me? Because I think like a few years back I read something about human body and they say that this is my hand. If I pinch my hand in here, it take me like maybe 10 milliseconds or some time for my brain to acknowledge that someone pinched my hand. But he say that with Magic Block, you have block time like real time, less than human reaction time. I like, are you sure? And then he showed me the tech and it actually makes sense. He somehow let you create a Solana layer 2 with your app. So you don't have like, I mean, I'm just make a job with Solana layer 2 like any other Solana guy. We make job with layer 2 a lot. Like there's no like anyone, any app who want like faster consensus time can use Magic Block. So your block time will be smaller because actually now the Solana running off-chain in your Web2 server, but also you can set conditions. So sometimes when you reach certain condition, it can push a transaction on-chain and makes things faster and more. I mean, you can kind of like control your user experience better. Yes, they accelerate Solana gaming. Uh, and also one thing I appreciate about them is like we literally just have conversation yesterday and like they want to bring attention to Magic Block because yeah, it makes sense that people should be on the tech and I asked like can we do it like tomorrow because if we wait then uh, we are going to have holiday next week is the 50-year anniversary of Union of Vietnam and it will be a very big holiday. So if we wait for the week after that, it will be a little bit too close to the Colosseum. So they say yes, and they join us today. Like kudos to the team. They execute light speed, just like the tech they building. Guys, come to here. Only 30 people. Can you bring your friend Joe if you on the beach? Please ask people to join because I know some guy in Da Nang now they want to maybe watch the stream from the beach and they go out having fun as well. So please join the call. Oh yeah, James from Super Malaysia. Hello, Wei Han. Nice to have everyone in here. Yesterday we have a very nice talk with hello David. David in Hanoi, right? Are you you land in Hanoi? Are you building there? How is things in Hanoi? So again, yesterday we have a live stream with my good friend Nas from Layer Zero here, Malaysian, and David in Machang right now. Oh, I see. Have a good time there. Oh, Joe is home, not the beach. I thought you go to the beach. So yeah, yes, we have a very good call with Nas. It was very amazing to learn about Layer Zero, and I do have an idea like how can I build a forever for loop. So the idea is like we can use Layer Zero to communicate from one chain to another chain. So my curiosity lead me to a conclusion. Let's say you have one layer, like one blockchain in here, another one in here. So what I want to do, like one blockchain call another one through layer zero. Let's say my face is layer zero through one blockchain through layer zero call another one, and this one call this one again, and this one call this one again. So I figure out like, can we use one blockchain to crush another? I mean, just a stupid idea, but let's say there's another new blockchain coming. I want to write a for loop, forever for loop. So we want to use one blockchain to crush another. Is this possible? Have no idea. Yeah, but layer zero, you can build really cool application like that. Yeah, infinity code. Because one thing that people in Web2 afraid the most is, no, not afraid the most, like they build the tech as a network layer, right? So we need stress test, right? And let's say you build a new blockchain, there's no stress test for you. So yeah, how about I use Solana to do stress test on your new blockchain? I don't know. It can be a cool idea. Like you build a new blockchain, you say your TPS is amazing and something. Let me try it. Let me use Solana to actually have some on-chain transaction from Solana to you and make a for loop, forever loop, and see can you really stand the test. I have no idea. Maybe that's an idea for you to bring to Colosseum as well. Okay, I'm rambling myself for 8 minutes already. Let me get started for people start coming. We have 47 people already. So hello, welcome to the Community Call of Super Team Vietnam. Agenda today will be Win of the Week, member sharing, and upcoming events. So I try to squeeze everything I'm talking in 15 minutes, so we can have time for the guests in here. So let's do it. Win of the Week. So the first is, yeah, I don't know if you hear the video or not, but the sound is cool, really cool. But the video is cool. Hope you can hear the sound. So yeah, the video is very fast paced. It captures everything. We have 23 teams from all over the world. Vietnam, I mean, Ho Chi Minh City, Hanoi come here. We have people from India come here. We have the guy from Dubai coming. Yeah, we have, so in total, we have more than 100 builder coming here. So this is a space. I see this is a space that we do all the events. And right now, people are using the postcard room. I think, okay, we just keep doing that. We still have to work. So we have people in the postcard room over there. And yeah, we recording pitching every day. So yeah, that's me asking people to like, we are not done yet. That's the first win. So it's a lot of hard working. I'm very proud with like everybody come here. It's a hard working. You can see nobody is sad in here. Everybody is happy. It's us in the beach. And you know what? In we, yeah, it's a little bit noisy, but now it's easier. Okay. So, oh shit. I think, can you see my screen? Okay, so you can see from my screen in here, that's the win of the week. The first win is actually, yeah, from the summer camp. You can see everybody's here. I dare you to find anybody sad in this photo. Everybody is happy. It's very fun. It's very fun. So let me tell you a story, quick story. So this photo is actually, um, so we have 6 days of prepare, and then we have a final day. And in the final day, we have to pitch. But because before that, every team have to pitch. So before this photo, all of these people they have already pitched 50 times. Imagine that 23 teams they pitch 50 times, and then the next day we going to have a final pitch, and we just go for a drink. and it's supposed to be like, okay, just a dinner. Sorry, not a drink. It's just a dinner. And then people say, oh, nice. Then the weather is good. And maybe I think 4 hours think like, okay, I know a very cool coffee where you can actually sit on sand like this. And over there's the sea. If you can look further in the photo, the sea is over there. I actually like this is my shoe here. I actually just off my shoe and run straight into the sea. And 5 guys go to the sea like this, and we have really fun time in here. But the amazing thing is like some people they hang out to 2 to 3 a.m. and then at night they post in the group like, guys, I drinking, I have fun in the beach, and now I prepare the last version of the slide so we can present the next day. So maybe some people just sleep like 2 to 3 hours last day. That is crazy. It's just you guys just crazy. Someone text in the group is like Solana is crazy. Yes, Solana is crazy. So you will have so many activity in here. I don't want to go further into this because we did have a very long post on X, and I hope you guys can read the post and interact because that post have very few likes. But we have another post on like dating Solana, dating super team builder, a very funny post, and they have like maybe 3 to 4 times love rather than the original one. So yeah, maybe read the post in our Twitter, have some fun there. We have so much memory there. Yeah, and I think I will. Oh, so this is another video, the promotion video, and the first try go to Gaian. So the first try go to Gaian in here, and they do a very good job with the promotion video and everything. Uh, yeah, and they win the first prize. And you can see from the video, I think I can follow the video. Okay, let me follow the video. Oh no, I cannot. The bad thing with the presentation mode is like no way I can pause the video. Oh yeah, I can pause the video. Sorry, I can pause the video. So actually, the video is showing that Ellie, the job captain. She's also one of the team member, core team member of Gaian, and she is filming in Da Nang. The idea is that she go to a coffee shop, she open Phantom. You can see the UI in here is the Phantom wallet. You can do that. You go there, you go to Gaian.network, you scan the QR code, and the people from the shop they have no idea, just a normal customer, and scan the QR code, and then you pay, and you pay using USDC. So that's how things work out very smooth. And actually, I use the product for the last few days. Yeah, and that's amazing. That's really amazing. It just worked. Yeah, I will skip the video. You have to go to our Twitter to read that and give us some like. I'm begging you. I'm like obliged right now. So that's a competition between me and all the other team. All the team they have so many love from the community. But please give some earth to our official Twitter. Yeah. But that's fun. That was very fun. And also crossing the line, we have Michael.fun and CFL. Oh, amazing product. And actually have to give kudos to Prophet and Tung from Prophet from MetaDAO and Tung from Decentralab. They did a very good job as judge in here. The win number 3 for us is actually, this is missing a name in here. This missing the captain. So his avatar in here. Can you see him in here? So actually, we kind of have a conversation in here. Like we have so many builder. We actually build in public. Why? Because there's no. You look around. There's no private room. So we literally build in public in here. So why don't we have a real build in public? I mean, a virtual build in public in Twitter, so everybody see everybody else and things like that. And then yes, it was amazing. It was amazing and. Yeah, being public really paid off. We have more attention than we wish. We have Mati from Colosseum that posting announcement in here, and we keep shining. Everybody's joining. So please join our Build Public community. So if you don't know how to join, just go to our Twitter. We pin the community in the first. We pin the community. So you just go there and you see it and click and join. So again, if you're joining Colosseum and you not submit you did not register, so please register and please submit the project. Time is ticking. Now we are already 24th of April. And the win number 4, next win is congratulations to 2 new super team member. I don't know how can I express my gratitude to both Kevin and Ryan. They amazing. They Ryan, he know in Da Nang in Vietnam for many years. He know about Da Nang more than me, 10 times more than me. I'm just a new local here, and he provides our founder in here with so many help, so much help. Same with Kevin as well. We did have a workshop with Kevin the other day. He's in Dubai. Give all the tips to founder how to persuade VC to give funding to our project, because we have so many talent developers, so many talent builder in here. And the only thing we lack is visibility. We need more video, more content. That's why Adele will share later about that thing, visibility. But again, win number 5 we have is big win for Laser Kid. We have Kay and Joe in here. Yes, they win they won a grant from foundation to build Laser Kit, which is a passkey solution. So the idea that is it's not there yet. It's not even in the DevNet yet, but it's coming. Later half of this year, or maybe I hope that later half of this year, you can use Solana, but no Phantom, no wallet, nothing. Remember, whenever you have to use wallet, especially in mobile phone, let's say you go to somewhere, you open a website. I think I can show you my. You go to website. Let me go to Gaian in here. So you can see my phone. I hope that you can see my phone in here. So let's say I go to Gaian and I click connect, launch app. Okay, I click launch app. My app in here. I click launch app. And the moment I click in here, there's a button to log in now. Can you see the button log in now? Or boom. What happened? It actually go to another application, and it breaks the user experience. I mean, for Web 2 products, this is very bad experience. But in Web 3, we get used to it, and some people say even tell me that, okay, if we don't have a wallet, what we do? No, guy, we need no wallet, because from technical perspective, wallet is operating system, and now Solana is bringing that feature to blockchain. So the same thing, you go to Gaian, let's say Gaian network, you don't have to log in, you don't need to open anything. It's just like a passkey, which is like Face ID or Touch ID, and you log in. You log in into Solana with your face or with your fingerprint, and you do transaction with just that. There's no pop-up, there's no switching to another application. Everything in the website. So I think this is a big moment for Solana. Maybe people don't know that yet. People will know that when it is like Steve Jobs say, you cannot tell user, but you have to show them. So I really believe that is a big thing. But what this guy doing is like they are not really building the product. They're building the infrastructure for this. That's why this is a grant. But I think they are joining the Colosseum as well with a product, with kind of like a product upon that. I'm talking too much now. It's like already 18:20. Have to give the mic to Adele soon. Win number 6 is Nathan, my good friend. I don't know if he's here, but kudos to him. And he told me that someone take the that this stream is the first time he do a stream when he joined the Layer Zero. Too many work, too many coding, and now the first time he do public speaking, and we have the honor to do that for him. And actually, like I really like Web3 teams. They move very fast. We have a dinner 2 days before, and we say like, let's do some. Hey, I know you, I like you, but not only me, the whole community like you. You've been here. Would give us good advice, because we engineer. We good advice. There's no bullshit. Like just what to do and how to do it. We really like you, and how can you go to a stream with us? Share about what you do, Layer Zero, and boom, that just a few days later we have that stream again. Now that's Adele, because I just tell you that the problem with Super Team is not product, but we are lack of visibility. That's why we need Adele here and tell us about visibility. Adele, are you ready? I bring you to stream now. Adele?
Yes, hello everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello. Okay, cool. Okay, I'm in Hải Dương, but I'm really excited for this call. This is the the idea I've been thinking for past few months when I back to the community and I have to talk to Hill a lot about this. I think that we are quite well known in the Web3 community, but we lack a visibility in the Web2 community, and that's bigger than us, right? So my idea was I want to try. I trying to bring more visibility for the product and the founder itself. And but the founder, I know you guys are low key and don't want to talk about yourself, and you're like the skills of social media and writing and how to be visible in the social media. So the idea of this grant is I'm gonna pick three founders and product, and I'm gonna work with them and bring more visibility to their product and also their personal brand. And how can I do that? First of all, like I'm gonna do an in-depth interview with all the founders, and after that, we'll create social content for them because I'm expert on it. So I'm create social content for all the founders, and I will guide you. I will guide you guys through the process of posting on the social network and social media in the network of community that we are partnering with. So you will be visible on Web2 community like BUM Public or J2 Team or other community. And also I will get you guys feature on some famous and well-known like podcasts in Vietnam. And also we're gonna do online event together. So the idea of this grant is try to get founders and project be visible and more appear online, but also what in it for the whole community. I think we are lacking of like the case study, the content for people to know about Super Team and know about Solana ecosystem in general. So we can the outcome of this grant is we gonna have a lot of contents for us to reuse in the future. Like let's say after 3 months, 4 months, we're gonna repost that. And every time we post on the Web2 community, when you get more interaction and more people to know about Super Team and know about Solana community in general. So this is the first idea. Yeah, thank you. I'm gonna contact with you soon. This is the grand idea, but after this, I would love to make it as a like good, public good for firstly for Super Team Vietnam, but also we can continue doing that for other project as well. So I love to work with you guys, all the founder who have the amazing product and amazing story that we love to feature. And I think we should let people know about us. Because every time I talk about Super Team to my friends, and they kind of like curious about what is Super Team is, what is a Solana. We are in a community and we have amazing things here happening here, but like only us know about this. And I think we should go to, go outside more and talk about Super Team more and talk about Solana more to invite more amazing people to our community. So that's the idea. And I think I'm gonna finish this three. Yeah, I'm gonna work with three founders. And please, if you guys are interested in this, let's just contact me on Twitter or Telegram.
Yeah, can you drop the detail in the chat so I can share, I can feature it here.
Yeah,
And yes, Adele is a KOL in LinkedIn. I mean, sorry, in
yes.
social networks. KOL, she know how
Yeah, I
to
am.
social network landscape. Can you drop the link here? I can feature it. So Adele, what is the criteria for someone to be features? What is the
Mm.
criteria?
The criteria is firstly about the product. You have to have the product is like ongoing, have traction, and have some sort of win for your product. And second of all is about the founder story. And media they love interesting story because they have more material to talk about. So I need a product. I need a project that have at least kind of amazing product and have some win, you got some grants, you have amazing growth rate, stuff like that, and the founder have interesting story. We have material to write in our content.
I see. So yeah, so story, product, and story. So
Yeah.
again, what is your story? Like everybody got a story. I got a story, but what is the gist of a story you are looking for in here?
Hello?
Yeah, what I mean is that what do you mean when you say a story? Is there any special or something to be a story like my name, my family background? Probably that's not a story, right? A story should have some.
No.
What is it?
Okay, let me tell you about my story, for example. So I started my career as a headhunter for 6 years, really traditional career path. And then I quit everything and go to the digital nomad life, and I started my business. And I became, from zero, I became the KOL, like #1 KOL on LinkedIn. And I also spent 5 months in Da Nang and 1 month in Phu Quế. And then when I was in Phu Quế, I got scammed by people, and I all have to start over again. So the story is about you have to have interesting fact about your life, and the point is how to tell your story in an interesting way. I think everyone got a story, but not many one know how to tell their story. So that's my expertise. I think let set that part for me. I'm gonna talk to founders, and I'm gonna discover and I'm gonna explore their story and tell the good story for them in the social post.
Okay, great. Yeah. So basically, every founder in Super Team Vietnam, please join. Ping Adele. You have her contact in here. Let me wait me a second. Let me take her X
My
in here.
handle is kind of same, yeah. Adele Dang, same.
Yes. So this is her handle. Got a minute to intro that to
Yes.
put it in here. So before Andrea is here, we can have Magic Block sharing in here. Yeah, everybody is about story, right? Everybody is like, if you want to tell people something, convince people something, you have to pitch and you have to tell a story. And yeah, you got Adele to help you with your story on the founder in here. Okay.
And one last word. Can I have
No,
one
no.
last word?
Yes, please.
Okay, I think this is kind of one-time opportunity because you gotta be featured on not only Web2 community, but also we have a chance to be featured on traditional news publisher here in Vietnam. So I hope everyone can make use of this because we only have 3 slots, and after that we have to work together in all the other way. But this is kind of one time only, guys. So please DM me as soon as you can.
Okay. Thank you, Adele.
Yes.
It's lovely. Now we will have Magic Block. You are live. So I did a short introduction about Magic Block. So now is your story.
Cool, amazing. Very excited to be here. Thanks for having me. I prepared a quick presentation that I'd love to share. So maybe let me go ahead and share my screen. Cool. Can you guys please tell me if you're able to see the slide changing? Does it work?
Yes, it worked. Also, for you to either to interact with other people on the right hand side, you can see the comment section. Everybody comment there. You can see that. So yeah.
Okay, cool. If the slides are not working, please let me know.
Yes.
I guess I can go
It
through
works.
the presentation and then answer question at the end. But yeah, I kind of want to start by just introducing ourselves. We're really just a bunch of technologists, engineers, AI researchers, game developers, and we're really passionate about this idea of bringing real-time elastic compute to Solana. This is half of the team actually, and the reason being is that we believe that there's a new cohort of application that can be built entirely on chain and be radically different from what we have seen until now. And so the whole purpose of this presentation is to answer this question: why building entirely on chain without a server, without any off-chain component is different / exciting / game-changing. And to do so, I will be going through 3 examples of a game, a DeFi app, and a centralized kind of a normal app, a consumer app, to show you how this experience can translate in something that is radically different compared to something that is off-chain or has some component on-chain. So the first example is the game. So let's start from the most successful Web3 game that we had up to now, which is Off the Grid. If you look at the stats, Off the Grid, top 3 game in terms of streams, 500,000 daily active users, is a loot-based extraction shooter game. So it's a battle royale where you can ultimately extract hexes and you can mint them on chain, right? So it's all about the ownership. Like, you can play this game and then ultimately gather some ownership over resources. And there's a lot of people that are pointing at this as an example of Web3 game really validated themselves. And they're pointing at the transaction and say, look, this is why Web3 game is going to win. But actually, if you look deeper and if you think about it, there are already games, CSGO is a perfect example, that process even more transactions or asset swap. Like, there's a peer-to-peer marketplace even without a blockchain. And like, it's not that players don't feel like they have ownership over those assets. This is another example, like some data that shows that CSGO has processed more volume than the top NFT collection in the last few years. So is it really the blockchain component that make the game successful, or is it just a good game? And then the other funny thing to think about is that this example of like these artists that created an NFT collection and then ultimately decided to rug the collection, because as we know, more often than not, NFT are just pointers to some external sources, but they're not really, like, you only own the token, but not really the asset. So all of this is not to kind of take anything away from Off the Grid, but I'm pointing out that the crypto element is not really what made a great game. It's just something that is kind of a sprinkle on top. And so compare now that game with something like Eve Frontier. Eve Frontier is part of the Eve universe, one of the most successful IP over the last 20 years. And they're building a space survival simulation that is more meaningful than life, their words. So the idea is that you can have an unstoppable universe, an unstoppable digital universe that is entirely built on chain. And because it doesn't rely on any centralized server, it means that it acts on this open backend, which is the blockchain, and people can contribute to this experience much more meaningfully. They can introduce new currency, they can introduce new belief system, they can come out with their own way of doing things. And this is through smart contracts, right? Smart contracts are just a way to enforce some logic in a programmatic way. So this is an example of a game that is doing something new that is not possible without a blockchain and with a server, and it is allowing their players to interact in these unstoppable digital realities that ultimately will persist forever. And this is what is kind of known as an autonomous world. I can leave you guys to the original blog post. They came out with this idea, but like a simple way to think about it is that the same way that we are bound by our physical reality and we have to adhere the laws of physics, and we cannot unplug Mars, meaning even if we don't see something, it doesn't mean that it's not there. Sure, we might need a telescope to see Mars, but the planets are out there in the sky, right? And so similarly, blockchain allow us to program a new kind of worlds that are digital rather than physical, that has rules that are hard and can create this new type of strength into the rules of the word itself. Another example, a bit more playful, is Pirate Nation. Funnily enough, they are the same team that built the original Farmville, and that was kind of censored by Facebook when they decided to unilaterally change their API. And Pirate Nation, in a way, even with this more playful kind of graphic, is doing the same thing. It's building a digital world that is always going to be there. The look and feel is the same of a traditional game, so it's not that there is transaction or wallet confirmation, any of these things, but players are able to truly own the resources, truly participate to the worlds by introducing new assets, by creating businesses on top, and ultimately nobody will be able to shut these digital realities down if done correctly, because again, there's no server. It's just a set of smart contract plus some front end that render the state transition. And then the third example that I wanted to bring is Heroes of the Sun, which is a game that we are actually building, where it's kind of similar to the previous two in the sense that this is also going to be an unstoppable world, but here we want to play around with the idea of verifiability of economic resources. So all the resources that you see here will not be issued by MagicBlock. They will be issued by smart contract that, when are set to immutable, will guarantee the scarcity of the resources forever. Like nobody will be able to mess around with this economic layer. And so you have this whole world that you can explore in order to do whatever you want. Ultimately, it's up to the player to decide what to do on this world, but there's an initial economic layer that we are creating in order to make this digital world a bit more interesting. And then here, there's a totem, which is a god, which is an agent. So you can have agents that plays into and interfere and influence these digital realities, and ultimately everything will kind of unfold itself based on what the players decide. So to sum up, why Autonomous Sword? Well, there's these three properties that I think are very interesting that you don't get if you are building with a server or you're building what I call a 2.5 game. The game are really just platforms. Everything is open source, or at least the backend is open source. You can keep the client closed source, but it's an open backend where everybody can contribute and they can bootstrap the user-generated content and the user-generated logic in a much more like funny and strong fashion. These games are unstoppable. There's no server. Nobody will be ever able to shut this game down. And then you can have predictable and verifiable economics around these games. So for any sort of value that is encoded in the smart contract, this is a good property to have. Cool. So we've seen the first example. And again, I don't want to take anything away from off the grid, but my point here is that by putting the asset and the logic of the game on chain, we can create something new that is not easily replicable with off the grid, which I would argue is just a good game. The crypto element is not really what made that game great. Off the grid is just a good game. It will work the exact same way, even without blockchain. Now, second example, we mentioned a centralized exchange. Well, this is easy. FTX, great exchange, right? Except that you couldn't really tell what was going on because it is not verifiable. It's a centralized exchange. And compare this with Hyperliquid, which really was the product that exploded last year, which showed that you can have a really good experience on chain, but with decentralized guarantee, with verifiability over the assets and verifiability that your trades are not going to be front run by Alameda Research or some other market makers, again, if done correctly. This is just a chart to show you some of the trade-off that you have to go through if you're building something like this. Obviously, there's trade-off when you're building, or like Binance, which is really a centralized exchange, obviously has the best latency. They have all the compute that they want, but it's not verifiable. And if you're building something like Binance on Solana, you have the best verifiability. You don't have any platform risk, but it's semi-elastic in the sense that Solana increase the throughput every time it increases the block size or the node resources. It doesn't increase the same elastic way that Binance is doing. And Hyperliquid sort of took this kind of hybrid approach when sitting between to increase the performance, reduce platform risk, but they're also limited by the perfect elasticity that Binance have over compute. And this is an example of a price oracle that can be helpful and you can leverage if you're thinking to explore this direction. These are a price feed of Sol in real time with a MagicBlock, with the MagicBlock engine running within ephemeral rollups, which is the technology that we pioneered, which kind of show that you can have the same performance entirely on chain that you would have on Binance or a similar exchange. And then the last application that I wanted to bring as an example is DoorDash, which is just really like an example, as many other, of a centralized entity that is connecting two parties, right? It's connecting riders with restaurants, or like restaurants better and riders with users that want to order something to eat. And what if you replace the centralized entity with a protocol? Well, you can lower the take rate because the protocol doesn't have to charge 15 or 30%, and you can distribute that equity value or that extra cash flow to the riders and to the restaurants and let the users save. So through this kind of mental exercise that sort of we went through, I wanted to show you that there are products that you can build that becomes better or different if you're putting assets and logic on chain. And these are just three of many examples that we could bring. So to come to a conclusion, MagicBlock is a real-time engine that extends Solana, but without composability fragmentation. So our goal is to give developers real-time performance, the ability to create applications, being it a game, being a DeFi app, or a consumer app that have the same property of a server, real-time, scalable, but without feeling like you're leaving Solana. So with the same verifiability, trustlessness, and openness guarantee. This is just an example of a game that I always bring up because I think it's funny. It's a fully on-chain game that was meant to run entirely on Solana. And like, it's a PvP arena. No matter how hard we try to really optimize the transactions and to make them optimistic, make optimistic render on the client side, not wait for finality of transaction, the game still felt a bit laggy. But we really wanted to have a game that was unstoppable, verifiable, and where players could contribute to create their own maps, their own plugins, their own resources, potentially have betting on top of these games. And you see that this is kind of unplayable because you have half a second, if not more, time of lag. Whereas with MagicBlock engine, like this is an example of taken from Heroes of the Sun, the game that I was talking about before, that showed that you can have the exact same performance that you would have with a server, but with smart contracts. So here, the whole logic is processed through smart contracts. The player movement is just an update on some position state through a transaction. And here, capturing this gem, we are minting this token on chain, which means that you are composable with the whole ecosystem. You don't have to reinvent the wheel every single time. The cool thing that we can offer, and I think are cool for you to explore, is also this set of plugins, which are effectively additional extension that you can have to your game, exactly as you would be able to customize your own server to get what you really want. In the exact same way, you can have smart contracts that then benefit from some additional runtime customization. I show you the real-time price feed where the customization is really shorter block time, and we publish the VRF, verifiable randomness function, which is super cheap and super fast. But you can think of any other customization like TE for privacy, a high precision clock for physics simulation of these sort of things that you wouldn't have natively on Solana, but that wouldn't even make sense to get through a server because otherwise you would lose the composability or even an L2. So I'll end with some of the applications that are built right now. This is Supersize. You can actually play this right now. It's an Agar.io. Every movement here is a transaction. You just don't see it. And every dot is a token. So they are kind of creating this PvP simulation where PvP fight where players compete for ultimately token. That's kind of the spin that they want to give. Zibit is kind of a fair, decentralized casino. They have a set of game of chance that you can play, and you know that you're not gonna get cheated on. And these they're running the simulation within MagicBlock. We have Flash Trade, which is starting to build a hyperliquid-like product on Solana, and D-Telecom, which is a decentralized real-time communication network, also leveraging MagicBlock technology, MagicBlock engine to be composable with Solana while building a decentralized real-time telecommunication network. So if I was able to kind of spark your curiosity, keep in mind that we are running Real-Time Hackathon, and we are the sponsor of the consumer track for Colosseum. So you can participate to either of the two and get your hands dirty with Real-Time App. I'm always available if you need to have to ask question. Maybe I'll check out in the chat if any of you has been asking question. But yeah, thank you for your time, and I just really wanted to give you a sense of what these fully on-chain apps might look like.
So yeah, thank you very much, Andre, for the things. Oh, I realized that. So actually, one thing Magic Block is more than just game. It's about like how you bridge the quality of Web2 application and Web3, right? And you use Web3 for you to store some critical information, like you store, as you say, like it's up to the developer to tell what is the critical information you want to store, right? And Magic Block makes that process much easier. Can you elaborate more on that? And also maybe give a little bit example on the game that you share, because interestingly, we have a team in Super Team Vietnam. They're building the Dragon Slayer, or snake eating token games. So can you tell us, like, say a little bit about your thinking process? What is the important things that you want to store on chain and what is not? I think that is the part that a lot of like developer like me, when you build, we struggle a lot.
Sure, absolutely. So the way the technology works is with what we call ephemeral rollups, which are these SVM instances that are spin up on demand. So you would build your smart contract, your programs on Solana, and then you add a delegate instruction. That instruction move temporarily the state into this faster SVM instance. It's temporarily for how long you want to delegate it to, and then you're able to effectively replace a server. Like what an ephemeral rollup does, it replaces a server. Like you don't need a server anymore. You can just build your programs, and then if and when you need, you delegate this instruction, and the state transition will get processed in an ephemeral rollup. That's kind of the underlying idea. And so these are the advantage that it gives you, is that you don't have to build on an L2, which brings the state away from Solana. Now, all of a sudden, you have to bridge. You don't have access to native USDC. You don't have access to the same tokens. You might not have access to the same indexer and the quality tools that you have on Solana, Helios, Triton, this sort of RPC provider. And so the experience is strictly worse, right? But with something like this, you can still get the benefit of an L2 in terms of speed, in terms of lower transaction costs. For games is especially important. You cannot just send every single move on Solana right now. It would be anti-economical, but still get the property that Solana guarantee: unstoppable, composable, and verifiable. And then when it comes to what to put on chain and what to keep off chain, it's up to you and what you're building. There's nothing wrong in building a 2.5 game where only the assets are on chain, but you should be aware that the design space is more limited. And instead, if you're building entirely on chain, then you can experiment with autonomous sword, or with the ability for your players to contribute to the game, or even with verifiability of transaction. For example, I show you and Zibit, which I think are good example that provide their community fairness and guarantee that nobody's going to be able to cheat, right? Because everything is bound by the same smart contract. So you cannot cheat. You have to follow the rules that the developer encode. So ultimately, it just depends on what you're trying to build. I think that what I was trying to do is to give example of application that are built completely on chain and then benefit from this benefit that a blockchain provides.
Yeah. I got another question in here. Maybe let me help you answer the question, and then you can like tell what I'm missing. So I think this is a question in the air, because for every developer, they're building, the founder, they're building not for fun, right? You're building in the end of the day, so you have VC funding, you can sell to customer. And the question is, what the point of building an on-chain game? You pitch an on-chain game to customer, VC, they don't care. An on-chain game is expensive to develop. I think from my point of view, I'm a developer and founder myself. I think the question is totally correct. You don't build an on-chain game, you don't have a right reason to do it. For example, like let me do the sailing in here. I have somebody in Super Team Vietnam. He's building his Magic. He's building a mascot game, which is like a shooting game, like kind of like a third-party shooting game, like what is that? Half-Life and everything, like the game we all love. And he have like 50,000 downloads in few months. There's no marketing or anything. But now he moved to Web3. I asked him why you move to Web3 when you have an amazing Web2 game. He says, one, I have to pay 30% of whatever I have from user to Apple and Google. I don't want that. It's hefty, like, and also they keep my money for 40 days. I don't want that. It actually hinder my growth. Second thing is like, okay, there's several things is actually valuable to my user because they stick to the game now. There's several things that becoming valuable to them. Like if they don't play the game, then maybe the silly hat mean nothing. But people play the game now, so the silly hat, the rare silly hat, means something to someone. And now in Web2, I cannot do that. And now I bring people to Web3 through Battle Pass. He's kind of like introducing Battle Pass. Like you buy the Battle Pass and now you kind of like get a new perk into it. And it starts with Web2. And now we move to Web3 to show people that some part of the Battle Pass is like impossible for you to do without Web3. So maybe my answer in short time is like you developer, you have to actually see these technologies as something you can offer, and you choose what is the right use case for you to use it. And just like going to Magic Block, when drill down into the building, is like what data that worth it to put on chain. Or please help me to like append to what I'm missing.
I would agree, and it ultimately boils down to what matters to your users. If you're building a normal game and your users don't care, that is not any better than a fully on-chain game or a 2.5 game. What putting more of the logic of your game on chain, it allows you to experiment with new affordances, with new properties that traditional game doesn't have. Also, you are competing. If you're building a game, you're competing with the whole gaming industry effectively. If you're building a fully on-chain game that is unstoppable and you are interacting with agents, you're interacting with the digital realities that persist forever. Like these are new concepts. This is something that allows you to do new stuff that is interesting. Now, if your players don't care about it, then don't build a fully on-chain game. There's no reason for doing it. Nobody is forcing you to do it. But think carefully about what are the new affordances? What are the unlocks? What are the 10x improvement that I can leverage now in order to get a competitive advantage with a small team compared like some team like Off the Grid that have hundreds, like tens of millions of resources to spend in user acquisition. Like you don't have that. So you have to find a niche and find something quirky that help you grow. But it's ultimately a choice of like who your users are. And when it comes to VC, I wouldn't over-index over VC. Like some VC are really, really excited about this idea of interoperability in games in Web3. Some others like think that Web3 gaming is dead. So like you have to focus on your users first. And then once you are more comfortable with the kind of product that you want to build and your vision, then you can craft a compelling story for them to buy in. But I wouldn't start with VC in mind.
I agree. And I think maybe just to make it more, because you have a broad picture, let me give like a concrete example about like data interoperability, which is like amazing thing that blockchain bring to us for the first time. For example, you can build a game. Let's say your character is walking, but normally we the developer, we control everything in the game. But this is not real. In real life, if I'm walking, there's an earthquake, which is something no developer, no me control, then I die, right? So we can have that experience in the game. People is walking, and if the price is, let's take the price, because if the price of some assets go up and down, maybe the city just collapse. Which is something like no developer can have the scenario in mind, and you can have very interesting game where the landscape of the game is controlled by externality. Let's put that way, externality. No game that we build right now have externality. They lie about externality. The externality in the game you have right now is just like, I'm a developer, I'm thinking of some scenario. No, if you can like bring real externality from the market, from whatever people doing with on-chain data into the game, it will be like crazy. I don't see that before.
Yeah.
There's a lot to
That
offer
is very
to explore.
interesting. That is a good point. And another one would be something happening in one game if something else happened in another game, like cross-game interaction, which is kind of similar to what you're saying, externalities that doesn't depend on deterministic function within that specific game. So that's another thing that I think is very interesting to explore, or like users spectating something that some game that is played by agents, and then they can intervene to kind of influence the outcome of the game. Like there's so many possibilities, but here's the point: is something new, is something that is unexplored, and it's up to you to think of what these new interesting things could be for your users.
Yes, like you have to really think differently, because all the game we build from for the last 40 years, 40, 50, 30, 55, 50, 60 years. It's all about, we have a box and everything happened in one box. Now for the first time, we can bring externality into the box. I mean, have to try. Yeah. Wow, we crossed the time. So thank you very much for coming. So Andre is in here. We let me feature your Twitter handle so people can contact you. Give me a bit.
Super Mario Block.
Yes, yes, Super Mario. Wait me a second. I'm slow now. Super Mario. Okay, let me do it here and feature. So yeah, guys, contact Andre, view it. And I think, that's something I just think, like maybe if you read this what the stream, there's maybe one book, maybe I don't know Andre read it, but I really love the book. The book is Read, Write, and Own from Chris Dixon. I think that's a lot of analogy with whatever we're talking about. It's not only about game, about the concept of building software as a whole.
Yeah, absolutely. And blockchain as a technology platform rather than just a digital casino for assets. That's the other like major points of the game, of the book.
Yes. Okay. Thank you very much, Andre. And now I have to take over to finish the rest of the community call. Thank you very much. It's very interesting. It's not every day that we have like interesting conversations like this. Really appreciate. Thank you.
Thanks for having me. Bye.
Bye. Okay, guys. Let me go back to this. Have to prepare myself like how to go back into this after a very interesting conversation like that. Okay. Now we have the road to breakout in Tree City. So what is this? So over the last 7 days in Da Nang, hope you still see the office. Yeah, B is here. Say hi, B. Yeah. So last 7 days we riding in here with 23 teams, and one thing I realized that practice makes perfect. And actually, it's not me. Everybody tell me that practice makes perfect. We literally see teams growing up from like the first day they pitch is very different from the second day, the third day, and the pitch is like good today is no longer good tomorrow. So that's why we want to bring that concept further. So we have road to breakout in. Oh, sorry. We got road to breakout in Ho Chi Minh, in Hanoi, in Da Nang. Let me feature the Luma link in here. Wait me a second. I will feature the Luma link in here, which is like all of the 8 road to breakout event that we are going to host. So yes, it is it. I will feature in here. So if you go to Luma, go to tag Super Team Vietnam and tag road to breakout, we are preparing 8 events for you to roast each other, like grow, tear the muscle, and grow and change the pitch and find out what is the real thing that people think about your product and how you can build. So we already have one today from Ho Chi Minh City. shout out to Faye. He do two things at once, like open a new office on Ho Chi Minh City for Super Team community, and also the road to breakout. But tomorrow in Da Nang, we also have the same thing. So if you in around in Da Nang, please come to the office. We have few team in here, and if you online, just tune up to our online session, because we do have some team today. We talk to each other and like we change the narrative again. Like, okay, let me explain like this. So because we have so many engineers in Super Team Vietnam, and we build something and we stick to that what we build, but that is wrong. So like I'm literally sit next to the some of the, I don't think you can see outside the window I have in here, but like some building is building over there. So let's say someone is building a building, right? They build a building. So what is the major work they do? They drill the hole in the ground. They have the basement. They have the bricks and everything going up. But in the pitch deck, they don't say that. They don't say like, okay, buy my building because I have a big hole in the ground. I have like strong basement. I don't know. People don't sell that thing like that. They will take picture of some of the internal picture of the building and say, okay, I build a shop in here, so you can sell something from the shop. If the picture of the shop is not working, they go to the second floor, they take a picture, let's say, of a room, say, okay, now you can build your home in here. If it's not working, they go to the top floor and say, okay, I'm now, like, you can come here, have a pool in here, throw a party in here to see what sticks. So that is the thing that I want to tell to all the founders of Super Team Vietnam. You are amazing tech and engineer, you build something, but it doesn't mean that you have the picture yet. You just build the building. And now now is the time for you to take picture. You look around your creation and see what is a good angle for you to take a picture, and show people that picture, sell that picture to VCs, to customer. But in the end of the day, the people who really feel that is the people. They will feel and they will appreciate all of the big hole in the ground you do, all the bricks that you lay when they come. But they have to come first, and they come because of the picture. I tell one of the founders, like, when you go to a shop, you buy, let's say, a fan. Do you really buy the fan? Sorry, no. You buy the cover of the fan, right? You buy the box of the fan, because you don't use the fan in the store. You just buy the cover of you just buy the box. To be honest, you just buy the box, and all the promise they write in the box. That the difference between the scammer and the builder is just that thin. The scammer is someone that just have the box, and inside it's just a brick. The founder is someone have both the box and the fan working. So guys, I know that you are a good builder. You have the fan inside, but now the time for you the box. That's why we have 7-8 times for you to train it, try the box and see what box stick. So yeah, I talk a lot in here already. A few minutes to stop the call because we already more than an hour. But again, come to our meeting. Ross, try a new pitch. Try to see what the sale pitch. What is the sale that stick? And I promise we are in here together until you got a good pitch and we can sell your real thing to people. Because if you don't do that, scammer will do that. You are doing a favor to all of the people in the blockchain space when you build a real thing and sell it. Because again, if you don't do that, scammer, they will do that. And they're much better than you on that because that's the only thing they know to do. We also have our Solana tour number 2 in Hanoi. So Hanoi this week, we don't have yet a space for you to do roasting and everything because we actually have a fire. I don't know, like if maybe Nomad say with you guys, but the Hanoi office actually have a big fire. Not only the office but the building, 8th floor like ruined by the fire. So we have to actually delay activity in Hanoi for a while. But yeah, Nomad is like trying his best. So shout out to him. So we still have the Solana tour AI and Web3 in Hanoi, 10 a.m. Saturday. So yeah, if you're in Hanoi, enjoy it. And we cannot have like in real life session for you in Hanoi yet. So please join it online. And we have Hack Day in Swinburne in Sunday. So we have new students coming to us and we build a stronger computer community. And yeah, build station, we still have build station because we know that the founder who like roasting each other and Faye is very tired like hosting all of them, but I'm still asking him like please do the weekly build station because we still have new builder coming who like too shy to like go to roasting because like they just start building. So build station is for developer and builder who's not yet want to join the roasting but want to like talk to blockchain and understanding whatever that the things like Andre just sharing with us like recently. So that Build Station Sunday. And yeah, we have all the meeting in here. I have Bruce in here. Do you want to say something about Build in Public?
Oh, yes.
And to close the call, yeah, I really want to have someone in here.
Hey guys, so yeah, we just started Build in Public as an experiment because I noticed that, we're encouraged to build in public for the Colosseum, but you can only post in the forum, which is a closed format. And for right now, we have had good feedback for the Build in Public community. Like even the founder of Colosseum and Colosseum is joining. Alliance DAO are also joining and identified a few candidates that they reach out to for the accelerator program. You have lead Solana Leaf devs, Solana lead devs in there engaging with our devs, right? And two of them already got a Solana Foundation grant. So it makes sense to build in public and show your progress, what you are working on, what you're struggling with, your challenges, also to post your progress in there. And I think it's great, especially for Vietnamese builders, to have an international audience that they can post their stuff about, and also to learn about other projects in other countries. I wasn't aware that the other countries are so competitive, especially things that I've seen from Nigeria or from UK, from Germany. So these are quite amazing teams, and I think they're going to be very, very competitive this year. So yeah, I will continue to push this Build in Public movement because it's also a good place for VCs and investors to come to identify Vietnamese talents. And I think, as Hio already said, it's not enough to only have the fan, right? Only fans is not enough, but you also need the box, and I'm here for the box part. I think I can help builders in Vietnam with their personal branding, with their building in public. Actually, I don't do anything special. I just push people to post more. That's actually what I'm doing, but it has to come from yourself. So you need to want it. You need to want it as bad as you want to breathe, want to build. Even if things don't go well, you just need to show up every day and keep pushing. And I'm here to help you with that. Also, I noticed that a lot of builders of ours are tech people, so they need marketing support, branding support, and I'm designing a program to recruit more social media and marketing enthusiasts that are also interested in Web3, so we can get those talents into the Solana ecosystem. And I'm willing to train and coach them to, help our founders with marketing and branding. Yeah.
Thank you, Bruce. We are very late. We don't usually have calls this long, but I see that we have 251 people in here. So for the people who stay, I have an alpha for you. This is real alpha. So listen carefully. You remember Cash, our guys? The Sherpa of Super Team. Cash. Yeah. Okay. Maybe you're seeing my screen now, so I just bring it up. So this is Cash. Look at my screen. This is the guy. And oh my God, he make a hint in here. All palaces are temporary palaces and upside down. So Cash was famous for the Solana ecosystem core. If you remember, it's him all over the place. And the alpha is 15th of May, he's going to do a Solana ecosystem call again. I don't know for how long, but yeah, guys, we are going to have Cash again with ecosystem call on 15th of May. Like one day before the Colosseum, I think we asked him to do that so I can gather you guys around in real life setting or somewhere so you can actually post to Colosseum. So again, that's the alpha drop. Cash Green come back with ecosystem call. So say him GM. I mean, I dropped the alpha. I don't know, like, is this anh Trần, my lead in APAC lead, will met with me. I'm not can like share alpha like this, but this is alpha. I cannot have to not share it with you guys. So yeah, our Sherpa is coming back and give the Sona ecosystem call a turn. Yeah, that is the alpha for today. So tune up, follow Super Team Vietnam for more alpha, for building and everything. See you guys in next week. Bye.